Hi everyone, thanks for tuning back in. I'm Jackie with the West Cook Homeownership Center, and with me today we have our Executive Director, Athena Williams, and also our Public Affairs and Legislative Director, Baxter Swilly. How are you guys doing today?
Hi,
We're doing great.
That's great.
Thank you. So again, yes, my name is Athena Williams, and I'm the Executive Director of the Oak Park Regional Housing Center, which has the program, the West Cook Homeownership, which focuses on helping people become homeowners. And Jackie, why are we here today?
So we have a lot of exciting things coming up as an organization, but also as a community. For starters, Juneteenth is coming up on June 19th, and we're going to be sharing some information about that with somebody who's actually been celebrating Juneteenth before it was a federal holiday. Baxter.
Hi, Jackie. I'm really excited about being here. I'm glad that our executive director asked me to join the show to discuss this auspicious occasion to celebrate the ending of slavery in the United States of America. Juneteenth is a really important day for African Americans in this country, and it's become a state, federal, county holiday, and I'm just excited that the government and people more widespread are beginning to acknowledge Juneteenth as an important day in our nation's history. I'm happy to discuss more. So I guess a good place to start would be Juneteenth is the longest celebrated memorial marking the end of slavery in America. And what most people don't know, Jackie and Athena, is that it was a military operation. A man by the name of General Gordon Granger marched into Galveston, Texas, at the head of 4,500 military Union soldiers to free the slaves who were being held captive, obviously, after President Lincoln had freed the slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation in the 13th and 14th Amendment. So we are very proud that our country mobilized its military resources to ensure that the slaves were freed. And since then, we have been pressing our government to mobilize its social service resources to ensure that those people who are the descendants of slaves actually have a better opportunity at life and a chance to pursue the American dream just like everyone else. I guess the next thing I would want to say about Juneteenth is I have been celebrating Juneteenth since since 2015. We've pulled together big events and meetings and discussions. Today, people are celebrating Juneteenth on their day off because it's a federal holiday, and it has made the absolute difference in housing and social service resources. It's made a difference in economic opportunities because people are beginning to recognize that the descendants of slaves in the United States have been operating at a disadvantage for many years. And so I'm proud that this country is mobilizing. I'm proud that we are all here talking about Juneteenth. And most importantly, I'm proud that I work for an organization that has prioritized Juneteenth, that has prioritized low-income Black, Indigenous people of color, and their specific and special needs for housing, for equal opportunity, for housing justice. And I'm just happy to be here with you and Athena, and I'm excited about our discussion further.
Yes, and I'm glad that we're here today. So with that said, I'm going to just jump into some of the things that we'll be doing for Juneteenth this year. So this year we are celebrating careers in housing. And with that, I want to introduce our guest today. She's not able to be here in the studio, but we have her beautiful picture on the screen, and she's going to speak for a minute. But let me introduce her. I want to introduce Ms. Gwendolyn Newton. She is the 42nd president of the Dearborn Realtors Board, which is the oldest African-American real estate trade association. And Gwendolyn has a major, massive mission around real estate. And with that said, we have Ms. Gwendolyn Newton online. So, Gwendolyn, can you hear me?
I am here. Thank you, Athena, for having me on today. Thank you, Jackie and Beth and Can TV.
We
And
are
yes,
we are glad that
go
you
ahead.
can get we are glad that you can actually get on this call because my staff, they think that I'm busy, but I told them they have not met Gwen yet. Gwen is constantly on a plane going here, on a plane going there, and if I can say, this morning Gwen's been texting me back and forth since 7 a.m. from when she got to the airport while she was on the plane, and I believe she just landed. And I'm glad that you have had some safe travels today, Gwen. But can you share with us a
Yes.
little bit more about why do you do what you do? Why do you promote home ownership?
So thank you again, Athena. So yes, I am the president for the Dearborn Realtors Board. We are Chicago's African American Real Estate Trade Association, founded back in 1941 out of the need to advocate for African Americans in housing. So when there were restrictive covenants that prohibited blacks from living in certain communities, the 12 members that chartered and started this organization to advocate for black community, bridging the racial wealth gap. And it's been an 81-year advocacy effort. So this coming Juneteenth, in collaboration with Commissioner Deere and Oak Park Regional Housing Center, we are doing our Career Expo and Job Fair. There is an extreme need in our communities to educate around real estate. So we need to own the land because we know that God is not creating anymore. We need to, and it's like the number one way that all the millionaires have created wealth around real estate. And so because our black communities have been depleted of resources or not access to certain resources, the Dearborn Realtors Board, amongst other organizations, have been advocating for our communities. This career fair will be an opportunity for people to come in and learn about all of the different jobs in the real estate industry, such as real estate brokers, lenders, mortgage bankers, surveyors, appraisers. It's a big initiative on all of the fronts, including Dearborn and our National Association of Real Estate Brokers. And we are just really want to educate. And we have partners coming in that will be doing on-site hiring. They will be taking applications, screening applicants for jobs. So if you are interested in real estate, this is the place to be.
Thank you so much for that, Gwendolyn. And it's more than about just the real estate. It's the multiple careers in real estate. So one of the things that we will be doing that day, which is Thursday, June 16th, beginning at noon, we're going to have a panel. And we're going to have some of our partners in the industry profession of housing on that panel. So we will have a lender that's going to talk in depth about the different type of opportunities that there are to be a lender. We'll have a HUD consultant who's going to talk about what it takes to be a HUD consultant, to work to inspect homes as well as to be an inspector. We'll have Gwen herself that's going to talk more specific to the real estate, being a realtist, excuse me. Gwen, please correct me, to be a realtist. Yes, and then
A licensed real estate broker.
a licensed realtist broker, as well as many other careers in housing. So please join us this Thursday, June 16th. The event begins at noon. The panel is from noon to 1. But again, we will have multiple partners in the room offering jobs that are available for careers in housing, anything from lending to appraisers to insurance agents, anything that has to do with housing. You can also get information as well about becoming a homeowner. So come on through. Again, we are celebrating Juneteenth, Illinois with Commissioner Dennis Deere for the second annual Racial Equity Juneteenth event. Thanks a lot, Gwen, and I'll talk to you soon.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Thank
Gwen.
you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
That was great. And I was glad that she was able to call in because she has a very jam-packed, busy schedule. So But moving right along, we are doing multiple things this week for Juneteenth. Another thing we're doing, we're partnering with Huntington Bank to grow your business. So if you want to access capital, which is very important, if you're a small business owner and you have been having some challenges to access capital, please tune in to our our virtual lunch Zoom event this Wednesday, June 15th, noon to 1. Yes, have lunch with us, noon to 1, virtually, to learn more about access to capital. You can just go to Eventbrite and Google OPRHC Your Business to learn more, or you can call our office at 708-848-7150. But please join us so that you can learn more about access to capital. A virtual event this Wednesday for lunch. That's a huge Juneteenth celebration. In addition to that, we are also still helping people with their housing debt situations. We want everyone who's a homeowner to remain in your homes. If you're being faced with a foreclosure issue, if you have questions about a loan modification, help is free. You don't have to pay for legal aid advice around your housing debt. The same exists for rental issues. If you have a rental issue that you need to discuss, feel free to reach out to the Cook County Legal Aid for Housing and Debt. Call the hotline, everybody. That number is 855-956-5763. Here it is on our screen. You can see that it works. They help anyone regardless of income, regardless of language, regardless of your debt problem, regardless of your immigration status. If you're a renter and you have questions about an eviction, if you're a homeowner and you have questions about a foreclosure or a pending loan modification, call that number, call that hotline. Someone is there to help you.
Awesome.
Baxter, would you like to share anything else about Juneteenth?
Well, I appreciate that Gwendolyn was on the call and that she mentioned that land is so important to housing and land is so important to wealth building. As most people know, when the slaves were freed in these United States, they were promised 40 acres of land. They were also promised animals and cattle and that sort of thing. But it's always been known that the best way to pursue the American dream is through the ownership of land, owning your home, building up communities. And that's what the Oak Park Regional Housing Center and the West Cook Homeownership Center is all about. It's about equitable opportunities to build for the future. And, we can't be more excited about the opportunities that are in front of us right now, and that's the work that we do every day.
And we are excited about that work. We all have our own stories that has catapulted us into the positions that we're in today, and we look forward to helping you. So please, if you have any questions about what we talked about today, reach out to our office. Our office is at 5934 West Lake Street. That's in the Austin community. You can call that office at 773-887-5187, or you can always call our main office, which is located in Oak Park, at 708-848-7150. But again, feel free to walk into our Austin office, which is located at 5934 West Lake Street, or give us a call at 773-887-5187. Thank you so much for this time. Thank you so much, team, for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Nice.